Couch's Corner Playoff Edition. Hope you enjoyed the top 5 worst picks and best picks, I thought, of those early rounds anyway. I'm going to go quickly over the teams. I'm going to try to not get too far off track and hopefully get through all 11 teams in one episode. So I'm going to rip through a couple that are pretty obvious, which includes mine. I'm just going to go in order here from what I have. Clearly, I thought Crosby was a really good first pick, number 9 overall. I'm a little surprised he was still there, but it's kind of hard to pass up, I felt like. So I went Crosby number 1, and then Karlsson was my big choice. It was him or Wheeler, I remember, and I had it on Wheeler. I was about to press the button. I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy the playoffs. I know I'll regret if he does really well. I kind of feel like if Wheeler does well and Karlsson doesn't do that well, I'll be okay with it. I'm not going to kill myself. But if it was the opposite and like I went Wheeler and he sucked and then Karlsson ended up getting Conn Smythe, I think I would be on suicide watch. So I think that's where I went with that. And then the Getzlaf story, you know that. But I think I would have went Kessel there. But who knows? So then I went Letang to get my Pittsburgh thing, and then I just loaded Vegas, all my Vegas guys. I thought Riley Smith was good. Good pick that late, 58. Perron, 97. So if they do well, I'll be all right. And I took a couple Colorado guys. I think all their best guys except McKinnon, which I mean is a big piece. But overall, I think I'm in it to win it. So if Vegas does well, I'm going to do well. And if they lose, I could be out first round and lose all my guys. So I went for it. I don't have too many hedged bets, but I have the San Jose goalies. I feel like they're going to meet eventually with... so I get Getzlaf or the goalies for San Jose through guaranteed, which is my only guarantee thing, I think. I mean, there might be another one, but... Anyway, Boats and Hossa. So I give my team an A++. It was pretty sick. I love it. Of course, except Getzlaf. And Boats and Hossa clearly went hardcore Jets, which is not a dumb move, I don't think, but... You never know. Minnesota, people might be counting them out, but they might give him a run. But he's loaded. I mean, we're in big trouble if they win the Cup because he has everyone. So good luck with that. He has a few Tampa guys, but overall, he's in it to win it. He's got a lot of bunched up guys, couple Washington guys, and a couple stragglers, but nothing serious. Yeah, good team. I'd be happy with that team. Corey. Auto pick the goalies, which you got really lucky. That's better than a Getzlaf auto pick. So Tampa goalies, really good. I actually thought that's a steal at that point. That could have been one of the steals. And then Stamkos number 12, which works out perfect for you. Of course, when I didn't get Getzlaf or Raquel with my Getzlaf, so I had to kind of shut that down. But you went Stamkos, which is awesome. So you got 2 really strong Tampa guys, and then you got Bufflin, Kessel, Doughty, Voracek, and then you got a lot of guys just on random teams, I feel like. So you should do well. If you get lucky and get a lot of teams that meet in the conference finals, you could be in the running. And your goalie situation is... I should always talk about that, I feel like. How's your goalie? Oh, it was there. Oh, Tampa. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, Tampa. So you're a really good goalie. Patry, goalie stitched. You got the Winnipeg goalies. You're in good shape. And I'm all right with San Jose. I think it's going to be really low scoring. I could sneak in a shutout or 2. So, yeah, overall, Corey, good team. I think you're pretty safe. And you're not loaded too much on one team or the other. I think Tampa's your best bet to make a run. So good luck, Tampa, for you. And now, Q's fan 22, Rhino. Marchand, number 3 overall. So... I think that's a pretty good pick. But then that Tyler Hall I talked about in the last episode, I think it's too early. Matthews, McKinnon. You got an all-star team, but just scattered. So I think you're going to be safe not to lose. I think it's going to be tough for you to win. But if New Jersey somehow comes away and wins the Cup, then you're going to win. I think that's the only route you win the whole thing. But I could be wrong. But... Jersey, who knows, man? Everyone's screwed if Jersey wins, so you got that going for you. But fun team. I mean, I think you're pretty safe, though. You got a lot of variety there if you lose. DiMatteo, how are we doing here on time? Pretty good. DeMadio, impressed with your draft, and I think it's going to be fun. DeMadio lives right here in Maine with us, and so we're going to watch a lot of games together, I hope. So I'll get him into the Vegas Knights. He took them on auto pick, which I don't think was a disaster, but I think it's a little early. But then he caught on, like the vet he is, and takes Marchand Sodi to kind of group those two together, have one of the top two things. I mean, arguably Marchand Sodi and Carlson, he could have flipped the coin for them. And then that Laney pick, Laine, number 28, I thought was almost the steal of the whole thing. You don't have a lot of Winnipeg guys, but I think that's just a good guy to take off someone else's team and to have him as supplementary scoring on some other random stuff you have. I mean, you have a couple Jets, maybe Trouba, Myers, Armia. Oh, okay, so you got some Winnipeg guys too, so well done. I think that's really nice. Hornquist is another one. Really good pick, good playoff guy. If Pittsburgh does well, you can be in good shape. So we're going Vegas, Pittsburgh here, and Winnipeg. I mean, and then some stragglers. That Ledoux was on auto pick for LA, which is a terrible pick for you because you took Vegas. So I mean, you're just losing that guy, which I think you wouldn't have done on purpose. But oh well, you got to live with it, I guess. I mean, I'd be open to letting you change it if the league didn't. Nah, you got to keep him now, I think, because now I just talked about it. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, but good team. I think you're pretty safe, too, and you can make a run. If Vegas makes... You need a Vegas-Winnipeg conference final and a good Pittsburgh showing. I think you could be in the hunt here. And your goalie situation is the Vegas, so yeah, you're in good shape. D-Lionel, man, he's in it to win it. Big underdog teams, though, to go far, I would say. But there's definitely the teams that can do it. San Jose could shock the world, I think, this year. Shock the world. Shock Canada and a little bit of the States. But E-Kane a little early. But, I mean, if you were going to go for it, you may as well have gone for it. But, yeah, so you went for it with Kane first, which, whatever, I guess is not terrible once you look at your strategy. Burns he was my next pick. You picked him, I remember that. And that was right before my Getzlaf fiasco, so not a good 5 minutes of my life. Pavelski, and then you got some Toronto guys. Yeah, you loaded on Toronto. This is the only thing I would have done with your team. If you were going Toronto, I think you could have got Matthews, the goalies, all your San Jose guys, for sure, without getting the Toronto goalies just later. Take Matthews first round. You get your goalies in the 6th round still, I bet. Because you have Matthews, no one's going to load up on Toronto. You could have waited till the 10th round for their goalies, I bet. But anyway, you win every year, so what the fuck do I know? Good luck to you, man. And Columbus, couple of Columbus guys. I got to hustle this up. Davenport, Malkin. This is a scattered team, I feel like, a little bit. You just got Malkin for Pittsburgh. That's the only guy, and you took him first overall. So you didn't really have a Pittsburgh strategy. You just went after Malkin. And then you went to LA. So maybe you know something I don't. You guys get a lot more coverage for TV up there with the NHL playoffs. So maybe LA's favored. I know some people are dead in Vegas, but I think that's super early for them. And then Kuznetsov. So you go 4, 5, 6 different teams in your first 6 picks. Just FYI. Which is, I don't think anyone else can do that. Like, you don't have one pair in those first 6, and then finally you go to Washington and get LA. But if Boston, you got a bunch of Boston guys. Chara, Krejci, I thought was a good pick actually. I thought I'd go with him later, but I got Donato really super late, which I think is a steal, maybe the steal of the draft. But I didn't want to toot my own horn. I don't know. I worry about your Davenport. I think you might be safe because you're so sporadic, and you're gonna lose a lot of guys, but you're gonna have just guys in there in the mix somewhere. So you shouldn't come last. You have a tough time winning it this year. Derek, Nashville, first 2 picks are great. They bundled that group up. Forsberg, Hedman was a steal, and then you went Kopitar. Think you could have waited a little bit, but big deal if you were going to go that route. And then Carlson, I think, is a good bet. Oshie's a playoff guy. Then you went Nashville. You got second line Nashville and first line Minnesota in these late middle rounds. And I think that's just good strategy. Like, if it works out, it works out, but at least you had a process in your head. If Minnesota upsets, you're golden. Like, you have Granlund, Zucker right there, Parise, Koivu. I think you had a really good draft, so good luck, and I think you're going to be in the hunt. Lipper, Bergeron first overall. Big surprise, you homer. Fucking Bergeron. But he's like playoff guy. He's solid, man. But 5 overall, I don't know. I guess if you wanted to lock it down. Washington goalie's a little early, I think, because no one's gonna. Everyone thinks they're gonna lose. I wish you would have got Ovechkin and then Washington goalies. That's what I would have done there. But Yossi's a great pick. Miller's a good pick, but nothing like combined here for your core group of guys yet. Raquel, another random. Brown. So maybe Lipper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he has 6 guys, your first 6 picks again, without matching one, like no teammates. So I don't think that's the best strategy, but it could pay off. Let's see what we do late here. If Anaheim does well, you can do all right. You need Anaheim. I think it's your best bet. If Anaheim wins the cup, Lipper, you might be in the hunt, bud. All right, Prestige. Chris Kucherov, number 4. Great pick. I mean, no big surprise. I think that worked out all right. Everyone was happy. And then Boston goalie, solid with Pastrnak. Good combo there. Point, you got back with Kucherov. Good move. And then Giroux late. Take that risk. It's a solid team, man. I like your strategy. And then you loaded up on Philly. So, I mean, you depend a lot on Philly. I would have kind of taken 1 or 2. But if they win, you win, basically. Tampa, Philly. When would they meet? Not until the conference finals, I think. So, I mean, if they end up meeting, you're going to be in good shape. And a couple of really good LA guys, so we'll see. Wings for life. My battery's going to die, so I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I could do here? What am I doing? Sorry guys, I'm going to plug in my phone real quick because I think, I don't know why I didn't do that before. If I can make it in time. Alright, I think I'm good. So anyway, where was I? We're on Wings for Life. I lost a couple seconds, but now we're plugged in, so that's good news. Wings for Life. Pittsburgh goalies first overall. It's fine with me, I guess, but then you didn't go much Pittsburgh after that. So, not a big fan of that. I would have went, if you were going to go Ovechkin, you should have went Washington goalies first, but I wouldn't have done that either. So, Pittsburgh's kind of just a random floating thing out on your team. And then you go Ovechkin, Subban, Panarin, Jones, and then it seems like you start getting a strategy going. So, your first 2 are basically just your money makers, maybe you're thinking, and then go for some teams. So you went Columbus with some really good picks, and then Nashville, kind of their 3rd, 4th line guys. Dubois, good pick. I feel like you got a good grinder team. Like, you're gonna have those guys late in the draft, and the 4th line guys on deep teams that make it far, like Nashville. They're gonna be deep, and these guys are gonna chip in now and then. So yeah, I think it's a solid team, man. I think everyone had a really nice draft. It's going to be competitive. I can't wait to see what happens. I like the first night's the best because then you just kind of everyone separates, and the way we did the scoring, there's tons of points and all that stuff. So should be a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think, and keep chatting it up. And let's do a little bit more of this stuff. And I'll do Facebook Live. I'm going to be watching all the games now on my new Grow tent place here, so it should be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next couple months with you guys. Cheers, go Vegas Knights. That's my road to victory. If not, I'm screwed. But peace out. We'll see you soon.